Fucking good morning, mate. Good morning, guys. Good morning, boy. Good morning, girls, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, sons and daughters, children and fathers and mothers, and uncles and aunties. So I don't know what the live stream title, how I gave the title is it. I just ran 12 kilometers marathon today at 4 a.m. early in the morning. I guess it's something like that. And I did just that. And actually, the whole story begins last night when I'm like on my table, kind of not doing what I was supposed to do. I was binge watching, not in a way that watching random videos, but I was still watching productive videos like self improvement videos. But I knew I was actually supposed to study, and then which also I was like, but this is productive and all that. So I'm like kind of doubtful because I'm learning about mental health. I'm learning about productivity. I'm learning about testosterone. I'm learning about sprinting whilst procrastinating on my studies because don't know, no clarity at that point because the school the school routine is fucking up because this week we're having like sports week or something like that because the Indian government has said that every school should have like a sports week in this winter, something like that. So I'm doing all that. My mom came to my room and then she's like, yeah, on call with somebody, and then she's like smiling and yeah, he's here, Kiwi is here, Kiwi is here. And then he's like, I'm like, yo, who's it? And then she's like, your sir. And then I took the phone call and then I actually thought it was my class teacher. It was not. It was a sir, very strict one. It was a sir that that has been a long time that I didn't talk to him because he doesn't come to our class or something like that. His name was Isaac, Sir Isaac. He called me. We talked. Hey, Kiwi, it's Sir Isaac, okay? And I'm like, yes, sir, yes, sir. And then he was talking about how if I am interested in going for a marathon, alright? So I'm like, yes, sir. Like, is it possible to get more details? And then, yeah, he's like, yeah. It'll be on 25th November and shit. Yeah, fine. How long is it? It's like 20 kilometers. Okay, fine. And how is it gonna, like, just getting the details. And then as I'm taking that phone call, bro, as soon as he said, are you interested in marathon? When he said in marathon, bro, I felt my heart. Not in a sense that I'm scared or anything like that, but in a sense that, bro, I'm fucking excited and then kind of nervous at the same time because when I heard 20 kilometers again, bro, I was kind of nervous because I've never done that shit before. To be honest, I'm just expressed as being observant with what I am feeling at the moment. I'm just telling, but it's not like, sir, no, I don't want to, no. Bro, I took that as a fucking challenge. It was, of course, gonna be hard. There are some people from our school too who are like good at marathon. So I guess they called me too because last time on sports festival, I was one of the people who ran the marathon and I got like first position. So it's great, it's great. So that was the like invitation, like suggesting me to take part. I was fucking excited right there, right then. And what I was doing, binge watching YouTube for its self improvement videos. Although I was still learning, but I should be studying chemistry. But chemistry is kind of boring because sir, I have some doubts for sir. But I should have studied anyways. But it's kind of too much friction, right? Right after that phone call, I'm like, fuck everything, okay? Fuck the self improvement that I'm like, fuck the videos that I'm watching on my phone right now. Fuck all this. Fuck the chemistry. I'm not gonna study for tonight. Right as soon as that, my mom called me. My mom called me to my parents' room, and then we usually have like a prayer meeting every single night with my brother, my mom, and my dad's usually not home. He works in a job which is kind of like far away from here. So we just pray together, and I'm like thinking about that marathon the whole time. I didn't even fucking sit down. I was fucking standing up in a way to like, yeah, as much as I can, I must align every old part of my life with my current purpose of marathon. And I was quite excited because marathon is something that I love to do because I've been training for sprinting, right? Hill sprint. If you're like a all subscriber of mine, you've been seeing me hill sprint. You've been seeing me sprinting some shit, jogging, going for a jog on my live stream. That's fucking cool. But getting a invitation to run 20 kilometers of marathon, bro, now we're talking because it's not 10 kilometers anymore. Because all I did was run 12 kilometers and I never did 20 kilometers, so I was quite doubtful, right? So fuck it, bro. That was last night actually. I'm like, bro, fuck it. Tomorrow I'm running 12 kilometers from zoo, from the zoological park near our city, and then I'm gonna go run back, which is like 12 kilometers, which has what I've been done the last time that I ran a marathon, 10 kilometer plus marathon, and that's what exactly I did. I woke up at 4 a.m. and before that, bro, it was kind of hard actually. I just had a prayer with my family and just went back to my room. I closed the light. I'm thinking about all of that. I'm thinking about David Goggins. I'm thinking about some motivational stuff. Now I'm going to YouTube and then researching about how to run a marathon. I'm looking at army guys literally with 20 kg on, running like a fucking 20 kilometers from morning till when the sun goes off. And bro, I'm getting fucking like my heartbeat is it's increasing. It's almost like, bro, I'm quite excited for this. And then yeah, I turned off my light. I hit my bed. I'm not using my night routine as I usually do, but got the compromise right according to the purpose. It's in 4 days now. 4 days from now, less than 4 days from now. It's like 3 days from now. I have 3 days to train, like 3 whole days to train. So gotta make the best that I get because this is one of those once in a lifetime opportunity. This is like one of, yeah, exactly one of those because we're gonna run throughout our city, like in the city that I am in, 20 kilometers, and that is gonna be fucking challenging, tiring, very draining. And what I've learned about marathon so far is that it's not physical. It's not physical game. It's the mental game. Everything is mental. Okay, maybe up until 10 kilometers. Maybe you struggle at first, but then you get into flow. Yeah, till 10 kilometer, it's gonna be pretty dependent on how fit you are. Then yeah, whether or not you're gonna get the pain early on is like depending on how fit you are, how have you been training for the past couple of days, how was your preparation and all that. But after 10 kilometers, yeah, it get kind of hard, kind of hard, kind of hard. But at the almost at the end of the race, you're getting random urges. You're getting distracted. Ah, what if I don't win? Ah, should I check how many kilometers I've done now, bro? Should I stop? Should I do this? Should I do that? At a certain point in a marathon, it's all mental game. The pain is already there. It cannot get worse. Of course it can, like, but the rate of getting pain gets slower because you can't feel any more pain anymore because you're already in so much pain so that you can't even feel pain anymore. Your tolerance increases. In that point, it's all mental game. Are you focused on the present moment, on the run, or are you dreaming about something else? Of course, you could be dreaming about something else, but is that something else distracting you? For example, if I'm not at the present moment, I'm thinking about like, yeah, I'm thinking as if I'm David Goggins. Okay, I'm thinking about David Goggins. That kind of helps me with my run. But if I'm if I'm present at the moment, that also helps. But if I am not thinking about thoughts, that wouldn't help me. And if I'm not at the run, I'm getting fucking distracted. Suddenly, I can feel my legs hurting, which was the same pain that I felt some few kilometers ago. It's just that I was not being focused on the match that I'm being feeling it now. So it's like all mental game. At first it's like what you are made of, how capable you are. What do you do? What are you made of? Yeah, it's cool. What are you made of? It's cool. And then in the middle of the race it's like, oh, okay. Now everything starts to show. What do you have to show for, right? Like how have you been training? How have you been serious? How have you been preparing for this race? What have you been doing? All of that shit. But at the end of the race, when everybody is slowing down, when there's still a lot of kilometers left, or perhaps even halfway, when the urge to check the time, check this, do that, something that distracts you comes up. When all of that shit comes up, now this is the main mental game. It's all about why are you here? Why are you running in the first place? What are you made of? No. How are you preparing? No. Why are you here? Why are you doing this? What is your reason? Your reason, your cause to run this fucking kilometers of marathon and punishing yourself? What is your reason? Because if your reason is greater than you wouldn't fucking care about the pain that you're feeling at the moment. If if you are running this for like getting the prize money, if you're getting, yeah, I might get some girls after this marathon if I win it. I guarantee those type of person at the end of the race, at like when things get hard during the race, they would fucking give up. They would fucking give up because you know what? Their reason for running the race is all like selfish. So I'm telling you here, no matter who you are, no matter how good are you at running, no matter how bad you are at running, running long distances, it's, yes, maybe a little bit of physical is needed, but it's all mental. And mental, I'm talking about your reason to run. Is it selfish or selfless? A person who runs to leave a legacy, to leave an example for the younger ones, to do it for their family, will last so much longer than an athlete who just runs to fuck the girls, to get some girls and all that. Because it's never about physical game anymore at a certain point of race. Of course, not like 100 meter sprint, not like 3 kilometer sprint. Of course, the normal person would lose at that point. But it's like when it's a marathon, half marathon, or more than that, bro, it gets fucking hard. And I've never tried that myself, which is why this, bro, I'm quite excited for this. Now I was quite nervous last night, but yeah, kind of fine now. I slept last night. I woke up. I set an alarm 3:59 a.m. because I don't want to wake up at 4. I just want to keep it 3 a.m. so that I can wake up at around 3 a.m. 3:59 a.m. Sounds good, yeah. Woke up. I only got like 6 hours and 40 something minutes of sleep. I was actually supposed to get 7 hours of sleep, but I was, busy dreaming. I was thinking about my race the whole time, so it was kind of affecting me too, but in a way which didn't affect me much. It's just affected me last night. The way, also, I'm gonna give you some quick tip or on how to sleep well, especially when you're having competition exam coming up and then you're feeling nervous and you're feeling kind of doubtful. You're also excited, you're getting pumped up and getting motivated for it at the same time. How do you sleep at those moments? Because your dreams will fucking keep you up at night. That competition, that purpose will fucking keep you up at night if you are a purposeful person. But you still need to maintain it, right? Even though you are having a fulfilling purpose that keeps you excited every day, you still need to have like a level of drainage of energy at night so that you can just hit the bed and go to sleep. So here's like my tip here: if you're feeling too much adrenaline, nervous when you're going to bed, anxious, because I was like doubtful if I could sleep or not that night because my heart was pumping a lot. I could really feel my heartbeat as if I'm doing a workout. Of course, I was not sweating. It was cold, which is another reason I was able to sleep well. It was cold, the temperature, which made me feel sleepier. But still, I couldn't sleep. I was closing my eyes trying to sleep, position switching, but that didn't work. What worked was breath control. I know my heartbeat is breathing right now, beating fast right now, but I'm gonna control my breath. And so just I did. I controlled my breath. When you're controlling your breath, you want to breathe deeply. Deeply inhale with your nose, shorter than how you would exhaling. Okay, your breathing time of inhaling should be shorter than your exhaling. Maybe not that short. Don't adjust the inhalation time, just increase the exhalation time. But what you want is like a ratio of 1:2, where your inhalation time is 1 and your like exhalation time is almost 2. If you're breathing in for 2 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds, or like 3, at least 3 to 5 seconds. That really helps, because if you just touch your heart right now, if you just touch your heart and just breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, you'll feel that It's only when you inhale that your heartbeat is getting fast, but when you exhale, that is when your heartbeat gets slow. When you exhale, your heartbeat gets slow. So what happens when you exhale for a longer period of time rather than inhaling for a longer period of time? You'll find that your heartbeat calms down automatically, because here you are controlling your breath, controlling the way your body functions through your heartbeat, which is controlled through your breath. And that is powerful because it's not like heartbeat is automatically, right? And then breathing is also automatic. Okay, I shouldn't have mentioned about that heartbeat because it's all about breathing. When you're breathing unconsciously, unintentionally, but when you are controlling breath, that is powerful. Because digestive system, your digestion, you cannot control that. Your hormone production, you cannot control that. You can only control it slightly by the food that you eat, the workout that you do, the environment that you have. But your breath is also something you can control, and it's also something that happens automatically. What happens when you can control it? You can almost like control the way your body behaves. Slow breaths, really slowing your body down, cooling it down, relaxing heartbeat, relaxing breath, and almost like open your eye. Almost like open your eye. Okay. When you're sleeping, I know this is like the counterintuitive advice, because you're trying to close your eyes and trying to sleep, because here you are trying to sleep by closing your eyes. But I want you to try to sleep by opening your eyes. When you do that, when you open your eyes and try to sleep doing that, instead of just closing your eyes and sleep like how you would usually do when you are like anxious and you can't sleep that very particular night, what you will find by opening your eyes is that keeping in mind that your room is all dark. Okay, your room must be dark for this. When you're opening your eyes, you'll find that, bro, there's nothing much to focus on. There is no light. I can't focus on anything. And then you will find that your eyes suddenly gets tiring, like you can't open it anymore, and you're forcing yourself to open, and then you're trying to open, and then you're controlling your breath at the same time. Your eyes is getting this way. It's fucking weird, but you're laying bed and this is getting like this, like this, like this. And then before you know it, you just go to bed, you sleep. And I've talked about how you realize when you are about to sleep. It's actually like 4 stages. This is not the live stream for that one. But control your breath and open your eyes when you feel like you can't sleep. Control your breath. Slow exhalation. Open your eyes. Look at the dark room. That will make you feel more sleepy, because you are gonna use more of your energy to open your eyes. And what happens when you use energy? Your energy drains. What happens when your energy drains? You get tired. Boom. You are more vulnerable to fall asleep, which is good for you. And that's exactly what I did last night. Woke up after 6 hours and 50 minutes, something like that, 40 minutes, something like that. I think it's like 45 minutes, 6 hour, 45 minutes, which is quite less compared to what I usually get. But it's because like I don't even train very long workouts in these days. It's just like as I'm reading book, I'm literally doing planks, and I'm literally doing some abs workout as I'm reading the book. I'm hitting some push up as I'm reading the book. So it's like low key workout kind of thing, just maintenance. Yeah, some days I do that, some days I go really hard for like 10 minutes straight, really lifting with dumbbells and then jumping around and all that, doing burpees, and then doing this shit, overhead presses, boxer press or something like that. But that is fucking a killer workout of doing all that. But that made me like okay with not getting enough sleep too, because I'm getting proper recovery at the same time. But of course, I'm gonna include more sleep, because now I need to regenerate my bones and all that, which I didn't use in the past couple of weeks, because I was not doing intense workout to the point where I was engaging my bones, moving a lot like a marathon. But now it's more about like bone joints, so yeah, I must include more sleep timing, sleep hours. So I woke up getting sleep lesser than I would usually get. It's all fucking dark. This is the same mental game you get at the race. I'm thinking about the mental game. Because, again, people who are living selfishly for their own desires, they don't have a meaning to wake up 4 a.m. in the morning, go for a 12-kilometer run, not knowing that even you can make it or not, in the fucking cold winter morning, after a cold shower, before school. You need a reason greater than yourself, because if I didn't, I would just go back to sleep Because why not? Because why not? I just slept for like 6 hours, bro. I would just go to sleep and my body is sore. But I didn't. I woke up, made my bed. Heavy as blanket, by the way. This cover is heavy. Really heavy. My shoulders hurt. I literally when like making my bed, bro. It's fucking heavy. Bro, I hate that shit, but that's what I do it anyway. Even though I hate that shit, I do it anyway. And doing it anyway, repeating to the point where I love it. I start loving it. Turn on my light. I'm awake now. I'm drinking water. It's fucking cold. It's colder than yesterday. It's darker than yesterday. Each day it's getting colder. Each day it's getting darker. But I'm still constant. I'm still waking up at 4 a.m. Getting the same cold shower that I do every single day. But this time is different. Instead of just journaling after I wake up, instead of working, I'm going for a fucking marathon this morning. I never done that. 4 a.m. marathon, bro. I've never done that. Of course, I've heard like Floyd Mayweather talk about it. I've heard like Mike Tyson talk about waking up at 3, 4 a.m. and then running when nobody is awake in the fucking dark. Of course, I heard about that, but I never ever tried that. I grab my towel. Go to the washroom. My towel is kind of cold because of the weather, and then I'm fucking like having this mental fight of like, yeah, should I take cold shower? Should I just take it after my marathon because that's gonna be more cool? But fuck that. I took the cold shower anyway, even though I'm gonna take it after my marathon race, which I'm gonna just do after that cold shower. Take my cold shower. I brush my teeth. I do all of this shit. I take my shit. I take a shit. You know, fucking cold shower. The winter is getting colder, but I'm getting stronger in enduring the cold shower of winter. I do that. I feel fucking active right now. I'm able to fuck this marathon up. I grab my socks. It's it's not even a good socks. It's not even a running shoe. I grab my running shoe, which I usually use. Bro, I remember using that same shoe to, go for a date with my ex. Fucking fucking shit, bro. The same old shoe, the one that I've bought 2 years back. I actually don't use any new shoe because every time I use that, it only gets lighter and lighter. So it's like, bro, this shoe is getting lighter and lighter, more lighter than the first time that I ever used it. So I'm like, yo, this shoe is cool. I guess this is me now. And it's also the shoe that I used to use to go on a date with my ex, basically. So I grabbed those. I drink some fucking water. Didn't eat anything. Wanted to make it challenging. Didn't sleep well. Didn't eat anything. Didn't drink much. Okay. I went out. All of my family members were asleep. I go downstairs. It's all dark. I unlock their door and then I take it out slowly so that no one hears me that I'm running at 4 a.m. because my mom will think that is I'm fucking mad. I'm fucking going crazy. So I don't want my mom to think about that so much to the point where she's worrying. So here's my dog. My dog is also sleeping, so I just like, wake him up or something. No, he woke up actually by himself. Bro, the dog thought he was gonna go outside too with me, but nah. I just didn't open the gate. I just climbed the wall and just jumped from there. Silently, okay? And I'm silently starting to walk. Straight away, I started jogging. Started jogging. Uphill, downhill. It was never a straight road. It was like an uphill, downhill turnings, a lot of bad roads, a lot of water, a lot of gadha. I don't know how to call this. Like a pata or something in the road where the road is broken and there's like a kind of deep gap in the road because the road just fucked up because of some heavy vehicles or some shit. Bad road conditions. Ran anyways. As I'm running, I'm thinking about stuff. I'm thinking about David Goggins. I'm thinking about school. I'm kind of overthinking because I'm still like, I just woke up, right? I've never done this shit before and I just woke up, and plus I'm seeing all this environment. There's no one around. People's house are there. There. That's my crush house, bro. I used to have a crush on this girl. Oh, her house is this one. All of that, bro. Kind of weird thoughts too. And then, yeah, that's weird fucking thoughts. Weird fucking thoughts. and by the time I reach some, like, more than halfway, I'm getting into the flow now, because most of the time when I'm starting a marathon, I can't fucking run. I don't want to run. Bro, the starting is the hardest. It's not even like the ending of the marathon is the hardest. It's the starting part of the marathon that is the hardest. It's that part where you have to like really force yourself to get into the flow, because after getting into the flow, it's all like physical and mental game. But at first, bro, you just gotta force yourself. You just gotta force yourself. It's like you have to overcome the inertia, because you weren't running the whole time. You never ran for a couple of weeks now. You didn't work out for marathon. You didn't run before you were taking cold shower or just woke up. You need to overcome the inertia, and that's what I did. Overcame the inertia anyway, slowly getting into the flow, and then I'm into the flow now. I'm almost like, yeah, running. I didn't swing my hand as if I would like sprint in a 100 meter or something. It was just a conversational pace. That's what most marathoners will call it, conversational pace, where you can have a conversation with your friend as you're running and stuff. You know the space. Did those. Every time I would go uphill, I would slow down really to conserve my energy, not to waste my energy, but I would not stop. Every time I go downhill, I would really sprint. Okay, downhill is the moment when you want to sprint. Downhill, yeah, especially downhill. That's my strategy, right? Because most of my friends, like one of my friends, who is also good at marathon, he's like, he tells that, yeah, I don't think he sprints downhill, but he also gives good advice on not to use most of our leg when we are going downhill, because it might exhaust us as well, which is pretty valid, because our calves are like forced to do this and all that when we are going downhill, so that we can cope up with the speed. But yeah, I was capable of going downhill sprinting, and not in a way that I'm forcing myself to sprint, but just going with the, what do you say, free fall of acceleration due to gravity. I was just allowing the acceleration due to gravity just keep my ball rolling, keep my balls rolling. Just kidding. It's like keep the ball rolling, right? Keep my leg rolling as if it's like a ball. I'm imagining my leg as a ball, because it's like acceleration. It's like downhill. I don't just bring down this way. I just slowly, and acceleration comes up. Boop, 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 boop. The acceleration increases the more I go downhill. The more of distance that I am able to acquire as I'm going downhill. It's like basic physics, and I've just learned that this year. Physics shits. Nah, not this year. It was a couple of years recently, within from my school. Quite helps the idea of running downhill, just letting the ball roll. Keep the ball rolling, keep the ball rolling, keep the ball rolling. Because in downhill, just a marathon advice, if you're running trying to conserve energy, what you're doing here is that you're running down, right? So automatically you're gonna get faster, because if you put any object, any fucking object here, it's always gonna roll faster. It's always fucking gonna roll faster. Except if you just put it in the plane, this doesn't fucking roll fast. This roll fast. There's a acceleration here. So what you're doing by trying to maintain your current pace is that you're going slow down. And the only ever way for you to slow down when you're going downhill is by deaccelerating, is by forcing yourself to slow down. Because here you are, you could keep the ball rolling in a sense and just go with the acceleration due to gravity and just move your leg even faster without putting the force, not just using your muscle, but almost like using your pelvic bone, mostly your joints, to do that. You run down through that. It kind of hurts your joint if you have never warmed up properly. Yeah, I didn't warm up properly, right? So it kind of not hurt it to the point where it was hurting, but it was like, yeah, oh shit, I can feel it. I can feel the pain now. Okay. But the more pain that I feel, the more tolerant that I get. The more tolerant that I get, the faster I can run. The faster that I can run, the more pain that I feel. It's almost like continuous up until a point where it's like the tolerance get too much that all you can do is to maintain that. Go fast downhill, keep the ball rolling, because you're gonna go downhill fast. Okay, you're gonna go downhill fast, but don't force yourself. You're still gonna go fast. The only way you can excel, you can get 100% perfection in your downhill sprint, in your downhill run, is you keep the ball rolling. Think of yourself as if you're a ball. What happens? You run. Now your leg is getting tired because you have been running even though you have not been putting force, but your leg has been moving, so you're getting tired. But no. Keep in mind, keep the ball rolling. Keep the ball rolling. Let the ball roll. Keep the ball rolling. You don't want to stop. keep the ball rolling, just keep it rolling, because you can stop when the road gets like plain again and it's all like plain surface where, like, if you could imagine, right, if I put a ball here, it's like downhill, it's accelerating, but after some few distance covering in a plain surface, it stops again. So that's when you can put your force again. That's when you can put your force. Just get a feel of your body. Almost like when you're stepping your leg this way and then running, almost feel like it's a ball, because it is. When you're doing this way, your one of your leg is creating a circle here. Same with the other, is like a ball. Keep the ball rolling. That's what it is. After that, I kept running into the flow. Uphill, I walked, I catch my breath, but I never stop. You don't never want to stop, okay? You never want to stop. You never want to break the flow. If you break the flow, you have to overcome the inertia again. You don't want to break the flow. Even if you're like wanting to slow down, okay, okay, slow down, catch your breath, walk. Walk slowly maybe, but walk fast maybe. But never stop. Okay, maybe you need to stop, really, really, it's like urging you to stop, but not to the point where it like breaks your flow. If you have a quite experience with this running and flow state, when you're working out you get into flow state, then you can just like get an instinct. It's almost like an instinct that, oh shit, my flow is going to break, I must run again, or else I have to overcome the huge inertia that comes with breaking the flow. So you want to keep the ball moving, you want to keep your leg moving, you want to keep your legs moving, even if it's hurting, because you want to keep in mind that if you stop, if you take rest, if you stop, that's only gonna make you hurt more. Because if you're gonna run that race anyway, you might as well do it continuously. Of course, you need to stop sometimes, you need to break the flow sometimes. If you're running like 100 kilometers of marathon, 50 kilometers, and all that, but the best thing is that you don't break the flow as much as you can. But know your limitation. Don't like faint at the roadside or anything like that. It's still dark here. I'm almost reaching my destination. I reached the army camp and all that. I'm seeing some armies. You know, the armies are also working. They have their phone on their hand. They're listening to some motivational shits. I can't understand the words because I'm like focused on the road. But you know, just told them good morning, and then yeah, they're like morning, morning, and then just kept running, catching my breath. Yeah, at first my breath was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for every three step, it's inhale. For every next three step, it's exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Like inhale with my nose, exhale with my mouth. First, I was able to do it both with my nose as much as I can. I cleared my nose. Almost like took all the shit out from my nose and kept it in my shirt so that, you know, my breath can be clear, because that is like a good advice. It's all about breathing. It's all about mental game. It's all about how you breathe, because your body function to last long, to remove the lactic acid that forms in your body, you need to breathe. That you need that ATP, energy currency in your body, which is through oxygenation, through like, you know, aerobic respiration. You need oxygen for that. That's what you do exactly, breathing. So, you know, I'm looking at all these armies and I can't help but think about David Goggins again, because he was also in the Navy SEAL and all that. I run, it's downhill again, I do this, and then, you know, in turning, during the turnings, you want to take up the smallest, shortest path. Okay, suppose this is the turning. I don't want to cover the whole distance. If this is the turning, I just want to run like this, as close radius as possible. You know, it's gonna be kind of confusing, but basic idea is that it's like common sense. If you're like a man, you know, it's like instinctively ingrained in you to be able to solve any solution in any situation, to, you know, conserve as much as energy and get as much as result at the same time. So that is automatically like you're gonna figure that out. When you're running, you want to find the shortest road possible, not in the way you take a shortcut or anything like that, but this is the road. You can move this like that, but if the turning is this side, you want to stick to the left side of the road, so that when you turn left side, it's already like advantageous for you, because you're running at a smaller distance, you're running at a smaller radius of curvature. I remember my physics teacher teaching me that, radius of curvature. Yeah. um, Agar Chowdhury, yo, what's up? We got some Indians out here too, man. It's like morning, and then we got some Indians here. Good morning, boys. Inspiration, understand. Gotta be your own inspiration sometimes, you know. But cool, man, cool, man. And next, my life is like a video game. Exactly, my life is a video game. Your life is a video game. Our life is a video game. Yeah, because when I'm running this 12 kilometer marathon, I'm improving my running skills. I'm getting the pain at the same time. But you know, like if you ever play Clash of Clans, it's like the heroes get tired, they need to recover. But when they recover, it's like back to normal. But the fact about video game is that you don't need to fucking upgrade those heroes. You are the hero. The more you recover from pain, the stronger you get. What doesn't kill you makes you even more stronger. Satvik, good buddy. Yo, sup? Sup? Have you guys ever run a marathon before? Like any possible events that came up during the past of your life? Just wondering because this really helps in mental shits. This is like a mental game. So have you guys ever like ran a marathon before? So we got a one question. If you have some goals. Hmm. So you seem to have found what you like doing, which is tennis and coding, right? So Sadvik, I guess you found your purpose now. What you can do is best align yourself to it, align your life to it. As soon as you found tennis and coding, do anything you can to achieve it now. After setting your goal, what you want to do is of course take action because action brings goal into reality. But if I say action, that is too vague. Oh yeah, action, but what should you do? What should you do in action? That is when you write shits down, okay? You become introspective about what you can do. You figure out every possibilities. I'm gonna go deep into that because I think this is a very good question because most people may have goals, right? But they may not be able to get the clarity of what they should do for that certain goal. So suppose for example, if I was to do tennis, for me it would be like I would, since I don't know much about tennis, but I still want to make my dream into reality, I would just write down tennis in somewhere, paper or computer, just so I can really brainstorm whatever I can do to align my life with it. Because right now you found your purpose, but your life may not be 100% aligned with that, but you want your life to be aligned with that. What I mean is that everything that you go about your day should be about tennis. You eat like more protein because your purpose is to become a better tennis player. Maybe tennis player after they last very long matches, so maybe get some carbohydrates, train for endurance instead of just training some random push pull leg day. Now because your goal is tennis, you arrange your workout in that, and then you learn about tennis, you watch YouTube videos about tennis or something related to that that would really help you make the progress. You train tennis, you make friends with people who are interested in tennis, you hire some coaches, or you get some community that is about tennis as much as you can. Align the whole life to it. And tennis, you need like a good physical ability, so might as well just learn to stand up most of the days. But if you are trying to mix it with coding, that is also cool. Like I would say add a max too, but of course, yeah. That would be fine because tennis is like physical shits, coding is like mental work shits. So you could, do coding whenever you're not doing tennis. So it's like you can still manage it if it's two, but I suggest you go for one. But this still works because I'm like YouTube and sprinting, right? YouTube and running for me. That is my physical and my mental shit. Yo. So coding, it could be like align yourself to it, align your life to it, and whatever it is, whatever tasks you can do, write it down. The best tasks that you can do for tennis. What is the 80-20 rule you can do for tennis? Okay, is it training? Is it literally playing tennis, doing all that with your friend, or with like a competition or an opponent that you feel would really like improve you? Do all of that, learn about it, and then find a way to learn more about it. I guess like getting information would be really good if you are trying to become better and make the goal into reality. Now, to make the goal into reality, Like, I don't know what your goal is, but you mentioned you have some goals, which I think is pretty big, which I think is pretty like meaningful to you. So the only way you can do that is to like like what can I say? The only way, action, consistency with that action, whatever you planned out for that, whatever 80-20 rule. Yeah, the 18-20 rule is like from the Pareto's principle. I'm gonna explain to that, but it just means that most of your results that you're getting in tennis, the improvement that you're getting in tennis, it's only by 20% of the action that you take. 80% of the results come from 20% of the action, which means if you keep on improving the 20% of the action, your results are gonna be even more, because all that your results is are coming from this main small thing. So for example, YouTube, right? I'm just gonna give you my example because this is like the best thing. I'm doing my stuff, okay? I'm going on a live call. I'm doing recording. I'm posting on YouTube. That is cool. That is the 80-20 task. Okay, I just call it 80-20 task. The main core task that will give you the most results. Because if I do anything else, like leaving some comments on other people's posts so that hopefully they click on my YouTube channel and then I get more subscribers, I get more views. Maybe I can get results from that, but most of my subscribers will come if I, you know, just post a video and then that video just reaches out to many people. That would be more beneficial. That task of like recording, posting, those are the main tasks for me. It's not commenting on other people's video, it's not sharing my video. Of course they can always help, right? They can always help, but it's not about all those random tactics, tricks, algorithm tricks. The best thing that I can do as a YouTuber, as my 80-20 rule following task, is recording. Because if I don't record, everything fails. No matter if I'm commenting a lot and then, you know, reaching out to people a lot about my YouTube channel, oh, watch my YouTube channel and all that, the results are gonna be still there. 20% of the results are gonna be there, but the 80% of results that I could have gotten wouldn't be there because I didn't do the 20% of the tasks that would have got me those 20% of the tasks, which is quite easy, which doesn't take much effort as compared to the 80% of the tasks, because now you're only doing 20% of what you usually do. That will give you the most results. It's like recording for YouTube video, and then for, you know, becoming a better speaker, it's literally speaking. Becoming better at sales, it's not reading books about sales. Of course you can do that afterwards, but the main task is like literally doing sales, getting into sales conversation. The way you get better at boxing is sparring, right? You get better at sparring, you get better at, you know, if you want to get better at taekwondo, you spar with an opponent. You don't fucking hit the heavy bag. Of course that will still give you the benefit, but you would get most benefit out of your whatever goal it is. Getting better at boxing if you really spar with an opponent. Of course there are some days where we need to take rest from sparring to avoid too much injury and all that, but you get what I mean now by now, like the 80-20 rule. There's always an 80-20 rule tax for every field that you want. Like for coding is actually like I don't know in depth, but it's like to literally code, that's it. And I think it takes a lot of repetitions for coding, something like that. For tennis it could be, yeah, for tennis you could do squats. Those are all good, but it wouldn't be benefit as much. You could do bicep curls, which may be helping you in tennis in some way, but not as much as compared to literally playing the tennis game, swinging your hand, getting that muscle memory. And then after that, after figuring out your 80-20 rule, you can literally like narrow down on that particular thing, right? Tennis 80-20 rule, you're training. But maybe one day you suddenly think, nah, today I'm gonna train how to do like, uh, maybe you have been training this, you're very good at this, but then you find your weakness to be throwing shots this way. Maybe you want to swing it better this way. So you're like training more yourself to swing this way. I never played tennis, by the way. I only played like badminton, but I believe it's kind of like similar because you're swinging something from the bat and racket and there's like a net here. So this is just like an example here. Hmm. Exactly. When you're keep on doing that 80-20 rule, for me, I'm like recording, right? Let's just take sprinting, like you have mentioned an example. I'm sprinting and all that, but then I'm too good at it now. It's like I'm too good at it now to the point where I can't progress, which I can see more progress if I focus on other thing, the thing that were not 80-20 for me. 80-20 is like sprinting the whole time, but now sprinting, I don't see results in that anymore. So what I can do is to focus on the other thing, like I've just mentioned. You've been doing this in tennis, now you train to do this because that is like your constraint. Now this is the key word here, constraint. Every time you get better at something, even in life as a general, every time you get better in something, there's always something that is gonna be lacking, that is gonna be stop your progress from further progress. Okay, maybe I'm doing my 80-20 rule, maybe I'm recording, going on the live stream, but maybe something is constraining me. Okay, maybe it's the way that I talk, because even though I'm doing 80-20 rule as much as I can, maybe I'm not getting the progress as much as I would, just because of my constraint that I don't know how to talk, I don't know how to make eye contact, maybe I don't know how to sit down, maybe I don't know how to breathe. But the 80-20 rule, like you always want to do that, because if you stop doing that, that is also going to be detrimental to your progress at the same time. But when you do that, you want to fill up your days with the dealing with constraint. And to deal with the constraint, there is also like another 80-20 rule for that. So for example, for me, my 80-20 rule was to record videos, which I'm doing, but I'm not seeing progress anymore. So now my constraint is like me not being good at speaking, or maybe me not doing eye contact to the camera. Okay, it's not like a fucking human being. So my 80-20 rule could be I could practice staring at a 1 point for one thing, but nah, that is not actually, because the best thing that I can do for dealing with my constraint, which would further down or like further upgrade my progress, that would be to literally improve eye contact in real. Literally go and practice instead of just watching videos on how to improve your eye contact. The best thing that I can do is just shut the fuck up, go outside, and then make eye contact. That is the best shit. Yeah, and then even after being able to improve that certain constraint, you're gonna have another constraint, you're gonna have another constraint, another constraint. The main part, the bigger picture is that you are aligning your life to this, okay? You're aligning your life to this purpose. Because 24 hours that we get every day is enough for us to be aligning, dealing with our constraint. Okay, maybe I'm sprinting, I'm good at my top speed, but I suck at my startup. Okay, I suck at my start off. When I'm starting at the race, I suck at my start. I improve my start. So the best thing that I can improve is to train strength wise, doing lunges and all that. Yeah, so that is like the 18-20 rule. I've gotten very deep into that, because all the progress that you're gonna make in your life is gonna be through 80-20 rule. Because there could be someone who work hard, then there could be someone who works smart, but then there could be someone who work hard smartly. That is where the concept of like working smart instead of working hard comes up. But I think we all should be working hard smartly. You know how you do that? By focusing on the 80-20 rule and going all on that. When it comes to like very competitive field, especially physically, I think it's best to keep our mental fresh, mental like really undistracted, unstimulated by all this distraction in this modern world. I'm talking about social media, I'm talking about binge watching, I'm talking about even those bad things like jerking off excessively and watching porn. That could really affect us in like our goal. We want to reach our goal, but when we do that bad habits, we can't stay consistent because we haven't built the discipline yet, because we don't feel the motivation to even do that action. Because for goal to become reality, we need action, but for that we either need discipline or motivation, but we need motivation to get discipline at the first place. But when we are depriving ourselves from motivation through like getting overstimulation, fucking up our dopamine receptors, I think that really fucks up our goal, which means that we are not able to achieve it. And I've talked about like, yeah, conserving your dopamine receptors, because all life is actions. You want to get to that point, is action. How do you get action? Motivation. How do you get motivation? It's all about dopamine. I've made a live stream already about how you can conserve your dopamine. And I think if you have enough dopamine to like good mental health and all that, I think that is gonna be powerful. That is gonna be powerful. Because being able to conserve dopamine is one of the reasons I'm able to wake up 4 a.m. in the morning and go for a 12-kilometer run. It was discipline. It was discipline, not gonna lie, but it was also motivation. It was also motivation. I don't know why motivation is seem like a bad thing these days, because it's like everyone is talking about discipline, right? Motivation sucks. We should all be disciplined. Yeah, cool, but um, it's cool to be motivated too. It's cool to be motivated, because it's only when you're motivated then you get the highest level of willpower. Okay, when you're motivated to change your life, when you're motivated, like genuinely, yeah, I want to gym. Even if it's 100% motivation, 0% discipline, you still wouldn't want to jerk off. Like, you wouldn't want to do any bad habits right there, right then, because you're feeling positive emotion. Because motivation is an emotion, kind of positive depending on how you use it. You could be sad, getting this depressed, negative emotion, but you could still get a positive emotion out of it. Yeah, you can make the negative emotion into positive emotion by like transmutation of energy, because these emotions cannot be changed, it can only be converted. You can do that. It could be like a motivation. Stress could be a motivation. It takes a level of being introspective and having this emotional intelligence, which I'm quite getting into it, because all of the mindset of transmitting in negative into positive emotion is every time you feel negative emotion, it's like, how can I be grateful for this? Okay, what can I do right now? It's being reasonable. It's looking at the cause and effect. Okay, why am I stressed out right now? It's because I'm fat. Why am I fat? I didn't go to the gym. So the effect was that I am stressed. The cause was that I am fat. The cause of me being fat was that I didn't go to the gym. What can I do next? I go to the gym. I lose my fat. I don't feel stressed anymore. Of course, there's gonna be problem always. So it's like, in general, be grateful for what you have. How can you be grateful for the moment? Just think about it. How can I be grateful for a broken leg? Okay, maybe if I hadn't got a broken leg, maybe I would have gone for a run marathon this evening. Maybe I could have got hit by a truck this evening when I go for a run. So I'm really grateful for my broken leg, because man, everything good happens for a reason. Everything bad happens for a reason. It's understanding that. So managing bad habits, and yeah, manage stop constricting. Okay, managing bad habits is like getting a good understanding that your bad habits aren't the problem at the first place. You've been thinking about maybe junk food, maybe you're binge watching, maybe you're consuming, maybe sometimes a week you just end up jerking off, which you makes you feel shitty, makes you feel like a zombie, makes you feel like a subhuman in your family. That kind of sucks, right? Just just want to quit a bad habit, man. You getting this feeling and all that. These weren't the problem the whole time. Your mental health was the problem. Now, many people, every time I mention that mental health is a problem, many people, they don't say this actually, but I can just make it out, because they're like doubtful if they have a bad mental health or not. But having a bad mental health is obvious if you're doing bad habits, because it's not like bad mental health in a sense that you are crying every day, that you are depressed every day, that you are like suicidal thoughts and all that. No, bad mental health is as simple as falling into bad habits that you always wanted to quit, because you wanted a productive life, because you wanted to become more disciplined, because you wanted to become a better father for your future son, so that your son can look up to you as a masculine figure. You've always wanted that. You've always thought you could get that because of quitting your bad habits, but it was never your bad habits that was constricting you. It was your bad mental health, which is also like because of bad habits. Your bad mental health is because of your bad habits. Your bad habits is because of your bad mental health. It's like a downward spiral. I wouldn't even say it's like a paradox. It's like a downward spiral, because the more bad habits you do because of your bad mental health, the worse your bad mental health gets. Worse it gets. Repeat, 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 boom, 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 boom. The only way to fix this is wherever you are right now in this spiral, you take an effort. Okay, it's not even like an effort, because it is easy to fix mental health. It is easy to fix mental health. Yeah, I'm saying this, it's easy. I fix my mental health. Nah, I've put the intention to do it. It's not even like an effort. It's like, just all it takes is a drop in the ego. Just lower your ego. just I had to lower my ego because I was jerking off the whole time, thinking that I don't need to improve my mental health, even though I got these advices online that I need to fix my mental health and all that. I was crying every single day, almost every single day, being depressed because I was in a relationship. Everything was stressing me out. I was, getting a lot of duties from school and all that. Shit never worked out. So finally dropped my ego. Thought to myself, bro, I'm not that great yet. I'm not that person that can quit a bad habit yet. I just need to fix my mental health. I don't have a good mental health. Like I had to take that hurt because I always saw people who have bad mental health as weird and kind of like, nah, that couldn't be me. But that was me. That was me. I had to drop my ego, take a huge hurt in my heart, almost like it kind of hurts, but damn, kept the positive mindset going because I always had that growth mindset by then because of working out. Even though I didn't start off with this growth mindset, but I think it's very important that you can improve your mental health. It didn't even take months. If you're living in the state where you're like crying at almost every single day, depressed, suicidal thoughts, to get results is easy because you are at level zero, not even zero, you are at level negative. To go from negative to zero is quite easy, and I don't know why most people don't do it because okay, it's not gonna be easy. Okay, the process is easy, but realizing that you need to do it, to put the intention to overcome the inertia, now that is hard. That is why most people are living in this modern age at level negative, which means that they don't even live the bare minimum. They're doing those bad habits, they're constricting themselves, which is quite hard to overcome. But the process is easy, and let me tell you again, it's just the inertia that is hard. But you gotta really take that hurt in the ego, anyways, in order to overcome the inertia and just really improve your mental health. Commit yourself 2 months, 3 months to improve your mental health. I wanted to make money, okay? But I had a girlfriend, I wanted to provide for her back then. I wanted to make money so much, but damn, I couldn't, not because I wasn't learning much, not because I was learning. I was reading books, I was implementing, I was doing affiliate marketing, maybe like did some few sales for it, earned some couple of money, but never lasted long because of my mental health. I had to take that ego hurt. I had to take like, yeah, I had to be like, yeah, I can't. I don't have to do this anymore. I can't afford to do making money online anymore. I can't afford to make money online anymore. I first need to fix my mental health. 6 months. I committed 6 months to this. 3 months, 2 months at first, but just realized, bro, I need to quit vaping too. It's like fixing your mental health. I've made a video on that already in depth, like an hour. But I'm gonna give you a brief idea about it. The practice that you can do is to be more mindful. How do you do that? Meditation. And if you're like anxious person, depressed thoughts, overthinking, anxious, gratitude journaling and just journaling about your thoughts will be very good. So I think these two practices and getting uncomfortable in the sense that you're doing hard workouts and finding a purpose, that'll be really good. But purpose not necessarily, because if you are living in this rut, maybe you are gonna find it hard to find a purpose, but just have a mission, a goal to look up to. For me, it was like getting good grades back then. That was my goal when I was studying. Push-up competition was coming up, so that was my goal. That was what I was focused on. And this two extra practice, I think this is powerful. I think this, by just doing it for 2 weeks, you're gonna see huge results. Meditation, in fact, just 1 month. I mean to say 1 week. Okay, it's not even 1 month. It's 1 week meditation, because all that bad habits are because of bad mental health, are all mental again. It's all your thoughts. How do you get bad habits? Because you get this thought of like, yeah, jerking off, of, yeah, like consuming junk food. It's all mental, it's all in your mind. The urge is internal. You need to fix that internal. You need to stop that mindless autopilot brain of yours. How? Meditation, becoming more mindful in the moment so that you feel more in control of the moment. And then gratitude journaling. Every day I wake up, I write what I'm grateful for. I also have like a Discord channel. I guess I'm doing it from Discord these days. I'm just, yeah. Every time I'm going to Discord, every time I find something grateful for, I just write down. I am grateful for my bag because I am able to carry my books to school because of that, which makes me feel easier because it makes my life easier, makes me more productive. But the best thing is that you write something down on your journal that you're gonna have. And I do it in my journal. Sometimes I go to Discord and just, anything memorable, I just write it down on Discord. Anything that is like trivial, I just, yeah, still I just do it down. You could be grateful for your water. I'm grateful for my bottle because my bottle carries water. My bottle carries water. It makes me drink water. It makes me hydrated so that I can come up and speak on camera. You have so much reason to be grateful for whatever is in your life. And it's only when you are taking this time to express your gratitude for it. Not just saying that you're grateful, but writing down and thinking about it and visualizing all the almost like love heart shape in your mind, bro. You can't help but feel good, feel this positive emotion like, yeah, I'm actually a grateful person. I'm grateful for this depression. I'm grateful for this pain. I'm grateful for this life. I'm grateful for whatever is happening for me. I'm grateful for the people that is treating me shitty because I wouldn't do them. Because, it's like a chapter from the Bible just talking about how we don't take revenge. We love our enemies and we just shine our light into them, almost this shining our light into them, doing our work, not despising, not hating our enemy like they do to us, just loving them and just depending all on the God that we have, on God, depending on the wrath of God, wrath, because God will punish them if they deserve. All you have to do is trust Him. You don't have to hate your enemy for it. Your duty is to love your enemy. It's like you don't have enemies. Ding 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 ding. Yeah, I'm talking about you don't have enemies, bro. Yeah, something to be grateful for always, and that is a powerful thing that you can do because here is you expressing your gratitude in a piece of paper, which nobody ever do. Sitting down on your table, you as a masculine young man wanting to improve your life with huge ambition. You are an ambitious man writing down what you are grateful for. Amazing, beautiful. That's what anyone can do to fix their mental health right now. You don't like try to consciously fix your bad habit of fapping. You don't do that. You don't fix your bad habit of junk food. Because all of that is caused so that you can cope with the stress that comes with your life, that comes with your inability to stay mindful and present at the moment. Because if you were having a good mental health, living the perfect life, you wouldn't do those bad habits. You understand your potential, you know it is bad for you, then you finally have a reason to quit. There's a life better than that. You finally get here. And bro, I'm really grateful for that run, bro. Actually, I got even better than last time because last time I ran that 12-kilometer run, right? 12-kilometer run. After I came back home, bro, my legs were fucking paining. I ran on my birthday actually. So, just, hardcore mode after school, right after school, I got changed all that. I shaved my head, all bald. I went for a 12-kilometer run in the fucking summer heat with no phone or nothing much technology and all that. Just keep it simple, keep it hardcore. Came back home, bro. 12 kilometers, hard as fuck. Everyone was watching me in the sun, bro. I was fucking bald. I was sweating as fuck. There I was. I couldn't even bend down. My hamstring and calf was paining, especially the right calf, bro. I couldn't fucking bend down or move as much. In the shower, bro, I felt it hard to like bend down and wash my hair and all that. It was hard, but I did it anyway. And then because of that, here I am. I ran a 12-kilometer without even finding the soreness that came with it. Now I can bend down and all that. It's easy because not much pain, because of course I got stronger, and of course there's still kind of pain in my pelvic area, like because I've been pushing myself real hard, my hips, my hamstring, my calf, but not as much as before. I think life is a video game, and I think if you want to achieve anything, like how our brother has just said here, then it's going. It's all about taking action. How do you take action? Motivation. How do you take motivation? You conserve your dopamine for it. How do you conserve your motivation? Dopamine and motivation, you do the hard work, which also increases your dopamine, which makes you feel better of a person. It gives you the identity because of repetition. Because you have been repeating the same good action that you have been doing for your goal, which keeps you like going, keeps the momentum going to the point where you're having this identity of a hard worker who can achieve his goal. And over time, it's all about consistency. It's all about knowing what your current constraint is. How can you become better today? Because if yesterday you maybe you sucked at your footwork, maybe you sucked at your body movement coordination, you improved it the next day. Maybe you suck at your strength, you improve your strength for the next couple of months, and after that the next constraint, next constraint. This is how athletes strive. It's like a concept from Atomic Habits. It's like improving every 1%. Improving every aspects by 1% is enough. Like for example, I'm going for a sprint. Even the slightest aspects, even those slightest factors like my here would play a huge factor because it's a sprint. As much as I can, I want to train hard. Of course, after I'm done with all the 80-20 rule, I can look at the other aspects where I can improve on. Or lighter cloth. Or I should get a haircut because my hair, which is like 10 grams of hair loss, will also make a huge impact on like 100, especially something like 100-meter sprint where the winners are just a difference of 0.01 seconds. It can be a huge effect because like here you are, every aspects of your life, your shoe, every aspects of your whatever your field is like sprinting. Then it could be your shoe that you want to arrange. It could be like a 1 second stretch that help you win. It could be that blowing your nose that made you win. It could be like almost like touching your eyebrow that made you win. Slightest thing. It could be like getting a haircut, getting a different hairstyle, pulling it all back. That will make you win. It could be like having a dry hair to keep your head like lighter. It could be like swinging your hand just by 1 more degree, increasing 1 more degree when you're swinging your hand and bringing back up. Just by increasing 1 more angle, changing slightly of your hand angle, that will make a huge difference. Just by the hearing of one word, that could also make a huge difference, especially like 100-meter sprint. Now we're talking about 100-meter sprint here, but if you take that in the wide aspects where it's a long process, then don't be surprised if you find a huge difference between the winner and the losers, because the benefit just compounds. It compounds, and the person who are up are different from the person who are like down, and their difference doesn't even match the timeline that they have. You kind of get what I mean. Whew. So it's time for school now. Gotta get ready for school. Amazing life. You know. Thank you for watching. It's gonna do this tomorrow too, and yeah, improve your life one step at a time, always.